Good morning, students. In the last class, we have discussed about some of the components like conductance, conductivity. So, conductance, it is nothing but power of an electrolyte that will conduct electricity, and it is a reciprocal of resistance. Its unit is per ohm, or its SI unit is Simon. Similarly, we have defined conductivity, or it is also called as specific conductance. So it is nothing but it is a reciprocal of resistivity. So its unit is Simon per centimeter. So today we will discuss one more factor, that is factors affecting electrolytic conductance. Electrolytic conduction. So already we know that in aqueous solution or in molten state, the electrolyte will split up into oppositely charged ions. So for example, if you take a NaCl, okay, if you add a NaCl to this component, it contains water. NaCl, if it is contains water, what happens? It becomes Na plus and Cl minus, Na plus Cl minus. Means whenever you add an electrolyte in a particular like a water, so it becomes aqueous solution of sodium chloride. So this aqueous solution of sodium chloride contains, that is, oppositely charged ions. So these ions are free to move in a solution. So this free movement of ion will conduct electricity. Hence it depends upon first one, that nature of an electrolyte. Nature of electrolyte means it will not be same for all the components. It is different from different types of electrolyte. For example, if you strong electrolyte, already you know that strong electrolyte will ionize completely. So therefore strong electrolyte ionizes completely and have a higher electrical conductivity So for example, maybe in the initial stage I told that one. So this one is sodium hydroxide. So when it is dissolved in it becomes solid, and when it is dissolved in water it becomes Na plus as well as OH minus. Okay, so for if we take HCl, so what happens? Again H plus, that is aqueous, and Cl minus aqueous. Okay, so these are also aqueous. So means whenever you are considering a strong electrolytes, so these will ionize completely. Means we'll get the oppositely charged ion in this case. It doesn't containing respective unionized ion. Instead it contains a respective ions. So therefore the strong electrolyte will ionize completely, have a larger electron. But if you consider, but in case of weak electrolyte, but in case of weak electrolyte, the conductivity is very low. The conductivity is very low, because the reason for this one is, if you take acetic acid now, this is a weak acid. So when it is dissolved in water, so it becomes CH3CO minus H plus. Or if you take ammonium hydroxide, again it undergo partial dissociation. No doubt there is existence of ions, but it contains unionized ions also in the component. Therefore, but in case of a strong electrolyte, you will get completely ionized component like H plus Cl minus. But in case of a weak electrolyte, along with the ionized components, you will get unionized component in this case. So therefore, the conductivity will be very low in this case. And second one now, second factor, so that is size of ions. and their salvation. And their salvation. So in this case, the salvation is nothing but the interaction between ions of an electrolyte and solvent molecules. So larger is the extent of solvents, larger is the extent of solvent, larger is the extent of salvation, larger is the extent of salvation, and lower is the electrical conductivity. Lower is the electrical conductivity. Lower is the electrical conductivity. So that is, the salvation is nothing but interaction between ions of an electrolyte as well as solvent molecules. So means larger is the extent of a salvation. So lower is the electrical conductivity in this case. And third factor now, that is nature of a solvent and its viscosity. Third one, nature of solvent and its viscosity. You know that polar solvents. So polar solvents causes larger ionization, and thus larger is the electrical conductivity. For example, if you take polar, nothing but these have a particular dipoles, like positive dipole, negative dipole. So as a polarization increases, so there is a larger amount of that is ionization. So because of this one, the electrical conductivity will be more in this case. And similarly, if you go for the viscosity mean, so larger is the viscosity, and lower will be the ionic movement. So because of this one, what happens? Because of this, there is a lower conductivity. For example, if you take water now, so the viscosity will be very low. Okay, so therefore it will conduct electricity. But if we go for glycerol oil, the viscosity is very high. So therefore they will not undergo, that is, there will not be any ionic movement. Because of this one, there is existence of a lower conductivity in case of a glycerol as well as if you take an oil now. So next factor that will affect electrical conductivity is, that is a concentration of ions. Concentration of ions. So higher is the concentration of the solution, smaller will be electrical conductivity. Smaller will be its electrical conductivity. conductivity, electrical conductivity. So it's due to inter-ionic interaction, or it is due to larger inter-ionic interaction. It is due to larger inter-ionic interactions. So this is an example. So take this one as which one, sodium hydroxide. Now if you take is 1 molar now, okay, so second beaker it contains, that is 0.001 molar, okay. So when you add dissolve in a water, it is a water, so what happens, the ions are very close to each other, so the movement of ions will be very low in this case, because the one molecules are one ion as well as other ion almost close to each other, so the movement will be very low in this case. Means one ion will attract easily the other oppositely charged ion, so therefore there should be existence of inter-ionic interaction. Because of this one, what happens, the movement is very low, that is movement of ions is very low, so because of that one, what happens, electrical conductivity. But if you go for this lower concentration, okay, it contains lesser amount of the sodium hydroxide, fine, lesser amount of sodium hydroxide, so therefore the ions are free to move in a particular solvent, like water in this case, okay. So there should not be even though there should be attraction, but it is quite low in case of lower concentration, because of lesser amount of sodium hydroxide or lesser quantity of sodium. Therefore higher is the concentration of smaller will be electrical conductivity. It is due to the inter-ionic interaction, larger the existence of larger inter-ionic interactions. So next one is temperature. The increase of temperature causes increase in ionization, and also increase in movement of ions, increase in movement of ions. So because of this one, thus the electrical conductivity increases, with the increase of a temperature, okay. So last factor, that is the increase of temperature causes the increase in ionization. Instead it increases the movement of ions, so because of this one, what happens, the electrical conductivity also increases. So these are the some factor it will affect the electrical. The first one is nature of electrolyte, that is strong electrolyte will ionize completely. Because of this one, it has a higher electrical conductivity. For example, sodium hydroxide, HCl, NaCl. Similarly, if you go for weak electrolyte, the conductivity is very low, because there is existence of ions as well as unionized ions. So because of this one, what happens, the conductivity is very low. Second factor, that is size of ions and their salvation. Salvation is nothing but interaction between, that is ions of an electrolyte and solvent molecules. So larger is the extent of salvation, lower is electrical, because the interaction between ions of an electrolyte as well as the solvent molecules is very high. So therefore there is a decrease in movement of ions. So because of that one, what happens, there is existence of a lower electrical conductivity. So next one is nature of solvent and its viscosity. Already you know that polar solvents are nothing but these have a particular dipoles, positive dipole, negative dipoles. So whenever you are considering polar solvent, it has a both components like positive as well as negative dipole. So therefore there is existence of ionization or larger ionization in case of a polar solvent. So therefore the conductivity is very high. Okay. Similarly, if you go for viscosity now, larger is a viscosity. Okay. Lower will be its ionic movement. For example, if you take water, so it can have a lower viscosity. Okay, but its conductivity is more. But if you go take a glycerol oil, it has higher viscosity. So because of that one, what happened, the ionic movement will be very low, so it will not leave ions easily. So because of this one, it will have a that is lower conductivity. So next one is concentration of ions. You already know that at higher concentration it contains larger or more, the quantity of solute is very more. Okay, so because of that one has the ions are very close to each other, so therefore the inter-ionic interactions or attraction is very high. So because of that one, what happens, the movement of ions is very low. So because of that one, what happens, the conductivity is very low in case of higher concentration. But if you take a that is lower concentration, it contains the quantity of a particular component is very low, so the ions are far away from each other, so therefore it involves the movement of ions. Because of this one, the conductivity is very high. Next one is temperature. So already know that as the temperature increases, the ionization increases, therefore because of this one, movement of ions increases, so this will conduct electricity at a higher level. So therefore the electrical conductivity as well as temperature are directly. So as the temperature increases, the electrical conductivity of a particular component also increases.